and it probably wasn't too bad of weather at the beach. It hasn't been so humid recently.
Yes, and the fact that we're seeing 7s. I haven't seen a 7 on your forecast.
Yeah, definitely. So we are going to be cooling off a little bit, but by cooling off, I mean upper 90s instead of 100-degree days each and every single day. We had over 20 100-degree days in Corpus Christi for the month of August. Hopefully we're going to tone that down heading into fall now. Here's a look at the highest heat indices reported today. Corpus Christi taking the top spot at 104. Again, that's also a welcome change from the 110s, 120s we've been seeing. And those lower humidity values you can see coming right here around this little low pressure. That's kind of putting a damper on high pressure to our north. So a little bit of drier air, not quite as strong of a high. That's all translated to slightly lower high temperatures today. Now we're also going to see high pressure eventually take back over, but before that we're actually going to see two high pressures kind of battling it out, for lack of a better phrase. We've got high pressure to our west bringing dry air around it from the Rocky Mountains, and then a high pressure over the Gulf of Mexico bringing in humid air, and these two obviously conflicting, dry and humid. So I do think we'll see a little bit of an increase in moisture in our atmosphere, but it's not going to be so much that we see rain chances every single day, anything crazy like that. But we for sure are going to see more moisture at the surface because of the onshore winds. We're going to get a little bit breezy heading into Tuesday and Wednesday, so lots of onshore flow. That means lots of humidity coming back into the coastal bend. Something else coming back, high pressure, especially heading into the second half of this week. You can see that western high pressure essentially takes over the rest of the map, and we are back on this eastern side of the high. However, I do think our high temperatures, instead of skyrocketing back into the triple digits, I do think we're going to stay relatively steady in the upper 90s. I've got about 97, 98 just about every single day this week, but you can see as we get that humidity back, the feels like temperatures going back into those triple digits above 110. And for a reminder, that is the heat advisory criteria. So we could see a couple of days this week where we do have heat advisories reintroduced back into our forecast. So not to say that it isn't going to be hot, but it is going to get a little bit hotter again. Here's a look at those rain chances. Like I said, isolated at best. We could see a couple of stray showers tomorrow as the sea breeze pushes in and we have that increasing moisture. For your Labor Day forecast, I do have a little bit more in coverage, but still very low, and we may even see a couple of showers in the morning right along the coast. So for that Labor Day forecast, again, hot dogs, burgers, even some barbecue that needs to stay on the grill a little bit longer. I know Chief Meteorologist Alan Holt is going to be getting on with a brisket pretty soon, so perfect weather to do that both tomorrow and Monday if you so choose. Out on the water, bays a little bit choppy, but wave periods are going down compared to where they were this past week from Hurricane Idalia on the other side of the Gulf. So that is good news. Pressure falling heading into this holiday weekend, or the rest of it I should say. Temperatures are staying right around 90 degrees at the coast with a extreme UV index, so make sure you're applying and reapplying sunscreen, also staying vigilant for any rip currents. The risk is low. That does not mean zero though. Active tropics still here. We've got a couple of named systems as well as one area of interest with a high chance of development. That's something for us to watch, not necessarily worry about just yet. Here's a look at satellite radar right now. Temperatures on the mild side and will continue to drop heading into tomorrow morning and the rest of this evening, in the lower 70s across the coastal bend by tomorrow morning, working our way back up into the upper 90s to near 100 degrees for a couple of places. So not quite as hot as we have been in previous weeks, but we're still definitely feeling more like summer, even though we've already passed or almost passed that last unofficial day of summer. Lexus.
Thanks so much.